Aside, man. I'm focused. I got it. Right? It had to be a female. You know how that go. All right.
Yes. See who I'm with, Prince Michael Bach. Live.
Niggas never ignorant, getting goals accomplished.
Live that, WeBLifeTv.
Utica, just past the parkway.
Oyster Fest, birthday party, Crown Heights at night. We do it big. Live that. We'll be everywhere. Check us out. Telephones, tablets, internet, wherever you got Wi-Fi, live that, you heard? Whenever. What's up, my peoples? We got Jaw Drugs in the house. Representing Live That, yes, Live That. Check that out. Get it together for the first Jaw Drugs in the fans, boy, your fans.
How you even came to us?
WeBLifeTv.
Remember to catch me. Just Live That on WeBLifeTv.
Thank you, all right?
All right.
Money dance a take over your acre. GS9 a the maker. Make we dance and burn out play a hater. Cause we no cater. Yeah, make we dance. Yeah, everybody hash money do the dance. Me want to see everybody's money make we dance. Yeah, everybody hash money do the dance. Me want to see everybody's money. Make it up.
Yo, we screw the wop off this shit right here. We screw that wop shit. Come on. Come on. Wop your head. Here you go. I came in the door. Shut it before. Never let the mic man. Fight with me. I can't hold it back. I'm taking off. Come on, remember the pound, all kind of ideas. There was name, niggas name like the door till taking my back to the next one.
We here, and it's definitely live. I'm Marsha Finesse.
I'm Ian Stewart. We're here on WeBLifeTv, and this is Live That.
We're here up in Hell's Kitchen, about to hit up one of the hottest shows tonight, most definitely. Who we got there, Ian?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing Rakim Allah go up there and rock the mic. You already know the microphone fiend. And of course, the master of storytelling, Slick Rick, is going to be in the building. Who knows who else is going to pop up, but I tell you, I'm looking forward to it. Whoop!
Yeah.
It was like the earth twisted around her. She shifted the ground. I was like, oh, shit. She's off the hook. I was just her recently, but look, her body is immaculate. I'm attacking it from all positions. I'm thinking inside my mind. Hopefully it won't be too inappropriate if I walk over there and say, excuse me, can I have your number, please? I'll get on my knees if I have to. She laughed through the whole episode just then I knew I had it locked. No cock blocking, please, this one's mine. Dime piece and shit, son, shorty was fine. Every line of mine was like a rhyme, I wouldn't lie, I swear. Sparkling the whole time as I was in her ear. You will see the light, baby.
Meu nome é Rafael, estou aqui em Nova York com meus camaradas.
É isso aí, mano, o bagulho é louco. Vamos ver o show do Rakim. E é isso aí, Live That na cena, certo?
Live that. Live it. Live that.
I'm a little bit of thug slash b-boy gentleman.
What's up, y'all? So
let me
Saj
introduce
out here
myself
representing that WeBLifeTv
so that you
live
further understand what I say.
Mr. Artist-Andre Leroy Davis, the amazing hip-hop artist who's most well known for The Last Word and Hip Hop Source. Live that on WeBLifeTv.
Things change when you got a little liquor in you.
From Harlem to Brooklyn. We out here, WeBLifeTv. Yo, what's up, man? You see it's cold out here, but we holding it down.
Getting a little windy.
But we out here today with the incredible, incomparable, my man Artist-Andre Leroy Davis, an amazing artist. If you don't know him, you probably know his work. He's famous for being the last word artist in the Source magazine. So
Artist, writer, creator.
Yo, incredible dude right here. So Andre, how long have you been an artist?
Probably since day one out the embryo, more or less, because I had an older brother who drew. So there's not a time that I don't remember drawing, so I actually can't even answer that question. I just remember just drawing.
Just from the womb, from the womb.
Or as long as I had a pencil in my hand and some paper around, I was drawing. Yeah.
What's up? That's what when you were growing up, what artists influenced you in your artwork, or what artists did you look up to?
Well, like I said, grew up with an older brother drawing. So with any younger brother, you admire your brother. It just happened to do something that I like to do, so I grew up admiring my brother. From that, it evolved into just enjoying comic books, comic book art. I kind of gravitated towards Captain America. Seeing Captain America and being a fan of Captain America, which was a good thing because back then he was supposedly an artist from Brooklyn who carried his shield in his portfolio. But then he also happened to hang out with the Falcon, who was black. So I was like, yo, a black superhero. So then, of course, I started liking the Falcon, Luke Cage, Black Panther. And I would buy them because of them, but also because of the art. So that kind of evolved into me appreciating art, comic books, Saturday morning cartoons, that kind of art. And a lot of artists that I admired as a kid, I didn't realize they were black till I was older. Like when Good Times came out, the art that was in the episodes of Good Times was by Ernie Barnes, who I didn't realize was black until I got older. So I would say early comic books, my brother, Ernie Barnes, were my early influences.
Yo, that's tight, man. Absolute. Because I think a lot of people don't really know that there's a lot of black males in art. You know, we know about the Rembrandts and the classical artists, but contemporary artists, there's a lot of people of color in that field.
Yeah. Well, see, to me, that's one of the good things about a Facebook, even though there are a lot of bad things. But you actually see art, and then you actually see who's behind the art. So you actually can put a face to the art. As a kid, I didn't have that. So I just kind of appreciated art growing up. So I appreciated a Norman Rockwell. I appreciated Ernie Barnes, like I said. I appreciated the brothers who did the art on the Parliament Funkadelic albums. And those turned out to be brothers. But I just appreciated quality art as a kid, you know.
That's incredible. Now, you said you drew a lot. Is there any other kind of medium you use, like, you know, painting or, you know, oil painting or anything of that nature?
Well, I tried oil painting in college. Still appreciate it, but when I got out of college, I realized I wanted to do freelance art, which back then was doing art for magazines and record companies. With oil paint, let's say you started painting that night before, it wasn't going to be dry the next day. So that wasn't a medium that I could use as a professional trying to kick out work. So I found watercolor and Dr. Martin's dyes kind of thing worked good for me because I could be finished maybe that hour before the deadline, and maybe like 2 minutes it's dry and I'd be able to bring it in. So I had to find a quick way to get my work out there, and that's where it evolved to watercolor.
So, you having a good time, y'all? So, what about Outcast? Y'all remember this one, y'all? Check it out, bro. It's like that, you best go get the home production. Well, told you, came with a formal story. Look, it's like, don't think you're in a man bitch. Here we go again with this psychopath sis. The name was a hey, you misfit. Can't disagree with the chick about this shit. Price we pay for slick women. Some pretty chicks sounds like a show winner. Stuff up sooner than mama. Signal that makes you wanna tear rubber cover. Check pants numbers confirming under a normal. Treat me like vermin. And you know I'm gonna get cussed in my back senses. Try to justify who cheap first. Somebody say oh! Alright, keep moving. Somebody say the words. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. They're trying to claim things I haven't earned honestly. So they breaking out, cancel this shit. Thanks, blessings to God. We
in the building though. Stage 48. Yak boys, anybody boy, most hated. You already know what it is. 914. We in the building.
My name is Pearly White. I'm from Yonkers. You already know. Warburg and Ravine.
Young Teezy Money, Prince of the Bronx, BX, I'm the Prince of that. Just thought I should mention that. We just shut down Stage 48, open up for Slick Rick and Live That. Matter of fact, Live That. Live That.
Live That. I like that. Live That. Give a shout out to Live That. My Yak Boys and Ruger. Everybody, y'all. My man Sab the Don. Slick Rick and Rakim. I'm Jaime Dimes. I'm representing Westchester. Peace.
What it is Harlem Most Wanted. And when you get your time, make sure you check out Live That at WeBLifeTv. DJ Fab on the sign out.
Peace and blessings. This is Big Jeff, and you're rocking with Live That.
Live that. You already know.
I guess it's kind of self-explanatory, but
Brooklyn.
I want to know when did you fall in love with hip hop? What gravitated you to hip hop culture?
For hearing that first Fatback Band, King Tim III record on the radio, probably I was like 13, 14. Hearing that, and then consecutively right after that, months later, maybe even weeks later, maybe a month or so, Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight. Then right after that, Curtis Blow, Christmas Rapping, and These Are the Breaks. Once I heard those back to back to back, it's like no choice. I knew that was the music that spoke to me as a 13-year-old. And it's been love ever since. And then it's actually after that, probably maybe like months later, going to my first block party in Brooklyn and hearing the DJ cut up Good Times, just cutting up good. And I was like, yo, this shit is me. Speaks to my soul. And that was it from there.
Yo, facts, man, facts. One of the questions I want to ask you is, as an artist, I mean, as you know, hip hop is not just the music. You know, it's a culture, and there's five elements. I
was throwing that other one, the clothing lines. But yes,
Okay, all right, yeah, I like that. But they traditionally they say, rapping, breakdancing, graffiti, and DJing. And then the knowledge, as Africa Bambaataa says. Do you consider yourself a hip hop artist, because you work with the Source, but many different magazines as well, many different mediums. But do you consider yourself a hip hop artist, or just an artist that just happens to be a part of the hip hop world?
That's a good question. I look at it this way. Some people want to be seen as a man first. I want you to see me as a man, but I'm a black man. So as a black man growing up in Brooklyn, in America, who loves hip-hop, I have no problem with somebody calling me a hip-hop artist, but I can draw any damn thing I want to, should I choose to. It's just I have a love for hip-hop, so I have no problem drawing hip-hop artists. But I also am a black man, so if I have to draw something that is political, that makes a statement and is positive about my people, I will draw that as well. But give me my title. Everywhere you want to claim it, just call me an artist. I look at it that way. I'm adjustable.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So how did you get your start in the Source magazine?
More or less it was a fluke. I was already doing a lot of freelance work for different magazines. Emerge magazine, which is a black-owned political magazine back then. Discover magazine. I got out of school. Was already a freelance artist for probably like 2-3 years. And the normal thing as an artist back then, you would stroll around, look at magazines at newsstands, look to see what magazines that were out that were new. Call up the art director, make an appointment, show them your portfolio, let them see your work. That's the way it was old school. So I happened to be running around the city, came across a Source magazine, never saw them before. Went to the old school booth at the corner, called up the phone number, found out they were actually like a block away from where I was. Told the art director I had a portfolio. Art director pointed me to the editor-in-chief, John Schechter, who actually in his mind was trying to think of some way to incorporate art into the magazine. So I went up there, showed him my portfolio. He was like, we're closing in 2 days. Can you come up with something to sum up Eazy-E's dealing with the FBI and them tapping his phone? Wow. Came up with a sketch, brought it in 2 days later. Figured that was it, but then the next month he called me again. We came up with something else. The next month he called me again, and 16 years later, I was there all straight, every month, every issue.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it was supposed to be. Plus, I wanted to draw people who looked like me.
Of course.
So it just worked out fine.
I mean, one thing that I admire about the Source is because when I was growing up, I wasn't necessarily, reading all the articles. I'm sure a lot of people weren't reading all the articles, but the pictures, the photographs, and of course the last word really capsulized what was going on, not just in the Source, but what was going on in hip hop at that time. So you really capsulized.
You know what this is? No, that's the hit. That's the hit. To go ahead and see we got the hit. Straight about the speaker, suddenly the action. Speaker wasn't really either. Something madness. Driving this man spin around so I get closer. Closer I get to better. Stand on my song to activate. Rhymes collaborate. Cause when I heard the beat, I sad to me. Something from the top of my head. So I fell into the groove of the wax and I said, first of all, here's the instruction. It's simple, ain't it? So when you can turn the right rhymes to theirs, but we got theirs, imitate my ears. This is the message you can make, cause if not, and you got more. Turn up the bass, it's better when it's loud. Cause I like it. Just throw your hands up in the air. Just throw your hands up in the air. Say move the crowd. Say move the crowd. Say move the crowd. Come on. Say move the crowd.
DJ Saw, Prince Makabak, Live That TV. Turn that off, keep that on.
Yo, real talk, Prince Makabot in the building, Slick Rick, Rakim, real talk. My name's Nabil, Underground EXP, New Jersey's longest running live hip hop show. Net respect to everybody in the building, for real. Love.
Peace, it's Divine Allah, Wu-Tang Management, Protect Your Neck Records, you know what I'm saying? Live That, shout out to Live That, they out here doing their thing, you already know. We at the Rakim show, you know what I'm saying? The Slick Rick show, you know what I'm saying? Young Dirty on his way, you know what I'm saying? So Wu World Order, you know what I'm saying? The young guy doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? Young Dirty Bastard, get ready, that's the next biggest thing. Y'all remember his pops, his legacy is still living, you know what I'm saying? Get that Capadonna album in stores now, hook off. Peace, we out here.
Yo, peace to the gods, man. Peace to the gods and nurses. This is Sharon B. Original. My name is Bilal, a.k.a. Papa Shop. I want to give a man a shout out to Live That. Yo, keep doing what y'all do. Stay positive, stay energetic. Just keep moving the masses, man. Peace.
Peace. Peace. I'm at stage 48 right now, Shout out to Rakim, shout out to Slick Rick. They just killed shit, Shout out to the 5% Nation, the gods and earths. I'm Young Dirty Bastard, R.I.P. to my father, Old Dirty Bastard. Right now, we here.
Plans for the future is now destroyed. There's so much happening, still learning. And if you ever let it make love to your girl, just forget it. Sweetheart, you're really cool. Stress around town, next day your thought, then break up town. You receive the words. This from my heart, I know that heart hurts. Don't take no shit. If it ain't true love, don't deal with it. Think of your future and what is to come. Pay attention to what's in this.
What were the reactions that you got from other, not artists in terms of painters or drawers, but the MCs that you drew? What reaction did you get from there? Did you get any criticism? What's going on?
You got to think about it. When the Source came out with my illustrations, it was 1990. So you had other magazines like Rolling Stone and Spin who would occasionally have an article about rap. But here you had a whole magazine talking about rap, nothing but rap. The DJs, the MCs, all the elements. And it was monthly. And artists weren't used to being made fun of. If they were made fun of, it was in magazines who didn't really know the depth and the soul of hip-hop. So it was white men making fun of brothers with gold chains and brothers with this and talking about why all brothers dressed alike, when in fact they were doing the same damn thing in country with all country artists wearing hats and stuff. But I digress. Let me get back to that. When artists first saw me making fun of them, yeah, there was a couple of people heated. I got phone calls, and I would come up to the Source, and they would tell me this person was mad. And I was 25 at the time, from Brooklyn, little hyper. So I'd be like, give him my number. Let's talk. Because my whole thing was this: if I'm on the street and I don't know you mad at me, and you see me and jump on me, I'm not prepared. So I like being prepared. If you was mad, at least I knew you was coming. So I was like, let's talk. So whoever was mad at me at the time, I told the source to give him my number. So like one of the first people who was actually mad, funny was, it was X-Clan.
Wow.
And I grew up in Flatbush, and I would see them walking around Flatbush. So I had drawn them with, I had drawn Lumumba with like all the beads going all the way up over his mouth. And it was covered, and I drew him and Brother Jay. So he called up the source, you know, saying, somebody doesn't like me, what's going on? And somebody trying to tell me to shut up. What are y'all trying to say about this drawing? So I was like, give him my number. So I get home, pick up the phone rings, it's Lumumba right away. Wow. And he's on the other end, and I'm like, what's up? He's like, what's up, my brother? What, you mad? I was like, nah. I said, first of all, I got respect for y'all. I see y'all all the time. I was like, if I wanted to attack you personally, it would have been a whole different level. I said, the matter is, it's a joke, and I'm saying you wear too much beads. So there was silence on the other end for a minute, and then he started laughing. And we talked for about a good half an hour like that, and it was cool from 90 until he passed away. Wow. Yeah.
Wow. That's a deep story.
It's all about addressing whatever right there as opposed to just running from it.
Absolutely.
You know?
X-Clan, they ain't no joke.
They weren't nothing to play. They
Not
weren't
at all. Not at all. If you know your hip-hop history, you know X-Clan, Revolutionary Brothers. Now, but I guess after a certain period of time, it came, because it's a joke a little bit, but they become iconic. I mean, these are images that people, if you know about hip hop, you look at these pictures like murals to us. You know, what's one of the pieces that stand out to you out of your hip hop history? Out of your work.
Well, I kind of see each piece as a kid, because the MC that I am and in my soul, it was all about. I look at it as how an MC looked about putting out an album. They wanted to make sure the album was tight, that they worked thoroughly. I did that each month. In my mind, each thing that I was putting out had to be tight. Joke had to be on point. Artwork had to be tight. So for all the years that I did it, it was all about making sure everything was tight. So I don't think I have one favorite. I kind of play off of what people told me. Because to me, I was just doing the work. But it wasn't until like I heard a Heavy D say when he looks through the source, he turns right to the last page first. So when I heard that, probably like 4 years into doing it, I was like, people are paying attention. I'm gonna just keep doing what I'm doing, make sure my game is tight every issue. And so that one really stands out. That's one of the ones that stands out.
Excuse me, dummy. I've never seen a show with fun on the mic with woman around the knock about that. That's not polite. We love no, you quite right. And I'm not very much here. I'm here. We swim. Let's start out to the end. So, carry on. Yeah. Good brother. Also, you play your video. Am I good? On top, I'm here. I'm here. Let me say hi. Put your rabbits on. 6 1, 6 1. On your hands.
Leather seat, stitch it up, TV screens and wooded wheels, sway roof, neon lights, bold tires, swinging bang, tops drop, blades chop, fifth wheel just hanging, man. White tees, fitted hats, Jordans under Dickies, the swisher sweet, cigarillos filled up with the